About you, I'm Hank. Let's talk a little bit about grapple versus forks and why I think a grapple wins every time. You saw me pick up that, what I picked up in the beginning was an orange tree and a lemon tree. And if you know anything about citrus trees, they've got spikes and thorns on them that are, golly, man, it's just, they're deadly. I mean, the spikes and thorns on them are just, they'll cut you up and all that stuff. So if I had a pallet fork on my tractor, if you notice at the beginning of the video, I took the forks off because I wasn't about to mess with those those citrus trees with all those thorns in them and stuff. This wasn't happening, right? So I chose to go with the grapple because that way I could handle the cut down trees and not have to get out there with my hands and get a potential cut or whatever the case may be. Then I went and picked up a couple of little stumps, and you said, well, you didn't even use the grapple for that. What you could have done is you could have took the grapple with the citrus trees already in them, put them over the stumps, grabbed them, picked them up and go. There's 3 stumps. They were right beside each other. They weigh, the heaviest one was probably 10 pounds. So I just throwed them on top of it, and then we went and dumped them. So, it's, you use it like a pallet fork in that particular case or whatever, because you're just throwing debris on top of it. But then we come down here. I got the bush hog on there because I'm kind of doing double duty. I'm kind of making sure that I can get some grass cut while I'm getting some work done with the grapple. And so I come down here where the mini excavator is, and I'm going to dig out this stump right here. It's a huge stump, and it's going to have a huge taproot on it unless it's just rotten. But a tree that big, it's a pine tree, it's going to have a massive root ball or taproot on it. So there's no way that I will be able to handle that. I mean, there is a way to handle it with pallet forks, but not me. I'm going to get it with a grapple and go. If I had to do pallet forks, I'd have to figure out the center of gravity and all that good jazz. So we're going to use the grapple to pick that up after we dig it out with the mini excavator. So it's tons easier. And while I'm digging, I'm going to park my tractor in the shade so it don't get 5,000 degrees inside the cab. And let's get this stump out of the ground. what did that take, 5 minutes, something like that? Now I can pick up that stuff without manhandling. I didn't even got to touch the stump to get it there. I don't have to worry about the center of gravity. I don't have to worry about nothing. I just grab it and go. Then I'm done. Touch up this road right quick before we go back to the house. It's three passes to get it cut, but you end up doing 4. So you can, get a little odd stripe or strip on the way back. But sometimes I run this road. I can leave my house and go to my property line 3/4 of a mile, and then there and back's 1.5 miles. And I feel like I got some exercise in for that day. But it stinks running in this with all that tall grass, especially in the morning when the dew is on it and it's wet and your shoes get wet, but it's not really wet outside. But it is hot outside. Oh, good night, it's hot. Come up to the pipeline. This is a natural gas pipeline up here that runs through my property, and I heard someone say, and I think it's true, that it runs from Fort Myers, Florida to Houston, Texas, or maybe Jacksonville to Houston. I don't know, a long way for this natural gas pipeline. But it makes deer hunting fun. You can watch the deer across the pipeline. We keep a feeder up in this area. In Florida, you can bait deer with corn. Set my shooting house there, but we only harvest 2 deer a year. It's just me and my wife that eat it. So I hunt for 2 deer to eat. And then I just come out here and enjoy nature. And if I happen to see a a big buck, I'll shoot it, you know, just for the trophy, but if not, I won't. You know, if it's a 6 or 8 point, then he's walking all day long. You know, I don't really need that for food because I've already got the 2 that we eat. Although this year, we took 2 last year, we're about out. So it's May, I'm filming this video in May. Hunting season comes back in October, November. Bow season's October. I hope we can. I hope we can make it till October, November. Could you have done what I did today with a pallet fork, set of pallet forks? Yeah, probably. It would have been a lot less precise, and you might have got your hands cut with the thorns on the citrus bees. Oh, let me explain why we cut it down. It's May, and we had a lemon tree and an orange tree, and we were really, man, the orange tree was like 2 years, so it's getting kind of close to producing fruit. And we had last October of all months, we had a freeze, like October 12th, we had a deep freeze. It got down into the teens, and that's unheard of for Florida. And so we lost the citrus trees, we lost the lemon tree, and we lost the orange tree. And so we decided to cut them off and try to start again. And they weren't producing fruit. The lemon tree was producing fruit, but the orange tree was not. So we said, well, let's just cut our losses and replant, because we love fresh oranges off a tree, man. You just can't beat it. And we got a plum tree, a lemon tree, a persimmon tree, and now we're going to have to start over on the orange and lemon trees, but that's okay. But the video, you know, can you do if you're going to decide between, if you're trying to decide between a grapple and a set of pallet forks, man, you can't go wrong with either one. The grapple is going to be a little more expensive, and it's going to have some more accessories that you got to put on it, right? You've got to put on the third function kit, and you've got to be able to run, you know, if your tractor doesn't have that already, then that's an aftermarket expense that you got to get. And then you got to choose the right grapple, because it affects your lifting capacity. You know, your pallet forks are going to weigh a couple 100 pounds. If you go with Homestead Implements grapple, you're also going to get a couple 100 pounds for a grapple. But some of these other long bottom grapples and some of these other makes and models, you know, they're in the 400, 500, 600 pound range. And you got, so if your tractor lifts 1,500 pounds and your grapple weighs 500, well, you've only got 1,000 pounds of lifting capacity. So pallet forks are going to be lighter. Pallet forks are going to be less expensive, but they're not going to be as precise. You can do a lot of stuff with them, but I would argue that everything you could do with pallet forks, you could do with a grapple. Well, what have you about moving pallets of equipment? Run a strap through it, man. Put it on the bottom. I've done it 100 times. Each have their place. I don't think you go wrong with either one of them. But if I had to make a decision today, I'm picking a grapple. That's just all there is to it. I just think you could get so much more work done. I think you can be more precise. They're more durable, more power. You know, more power, more. They pack more of a punch. So I think that you'll be happy with the grapple over. So save your money, get the grapple. And we got some brush hogging done today. Just a little, you know, touch up a little section there. Get to play with the mini excavator. It's been a good day. It's about 600 degrees outside, and I need some ice water. So I guess I will catch you on the next one. You guys take care. God bless you guys.